As far as I'm concerned, Joe Rogan, you do not have to apologize to any black person for saying that word in the context that you were saying that you were using that word.
You are a natural born public speaker, and that's a fact.
Do you actually feel guilty or were you just told to feel guilty?
Focus on actually what we can do.
Point it out and show it to me.
You have the freedom to do what you want to and be what you want to in America. What are we going to do about it?
What oppressed me?
Just saying.
So the CRT stuff, BS.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction. Or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody a word, just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it, and it could be a punchline. It could be a term of endearment. It could be lyrics to a rap song. It could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video, to say, there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad. And it's part of also me doing this podcast for thousands of hours, thousands of episodes, over 12 years. I said a lot of fucking stupid shit, which is fine when you're talking about most things, but not when you're talking about race. And there's another clip that I have to address. There's a clip from 11 years ago. I was telling a story on the podcast about how me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia, and we went to go see Planet of the Apes. And we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab, and we got dropped off in this all-black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining, and I said, we got out, and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes. I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure fucking sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible. And like I said, you can have clunky stories about anything, but not about race. And so I deleted that whole podcast, but obviously somebody made a clip out of it and taken out of context. It looks terrible, but it looks terrible even in context. It's a fucking idiotic thing to say. And I was just trying to be entertaining. I certainly wasn't trying to be racist. And I certainly would never want to offend someone for entertainment with something as stupid as racism. My hope is that, look, I can't go back in time and change what I've said. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. But I do hope that this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth, in context or out of context. My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video, but hopefully at least some of you will accept this and understand where I'm coming from. My apologies and much love. My sincere, deepest apologies and much love.
Y'all saw that. Man, look, straight up. Joe Rogan, please, if you get a hold of this video, this is nothing about me. I'm not trying to lift myself up, but I'm known as an Illinois father that went viral for speaking out against CRT at the school board meeting. Get me on your show. Get me on your show. I will say the word on your show without you having to say anything. For dude, you've had people all kinds of races on your show. You had Mike Tyson on your show. Do you get Mike Tyson? See what Mike Tyson thinks of this, y'all. Anyway, I told you guys before, and I say this on my channel numerous of times. There are white people, Asian people, black people that when we grew up in the projects in Chicago, we grew up in the projects in the hood in Decatur, Illinois, we all said that to each other. And just like he said, terms of endearment, we said in terms of just kind of, this nigga stupid. Man, this nigga, oh my God. And that dude, oh my nigga. Like, we said it all the time. White people said it to black people said it to white people, Asian people said it to black people said it to Asian people, the ones that grew up in the hood. It was all about what the intentions of our heart was meaning for that word to mean when we said it to another individual, right? If Joe Rogan said on any of his podcasts the N-word, that he was quoting somebody else saying the N-word, or even if he was having a basic conversation with me like Ty, how come it's okay that black people can say nigga, but then white people can't say nigga? Let's just say if a white person used the word nigga in the context you guys use the word nigga, how come no regular normal black person that ain't about this narrative, that is not about this rhetoric, no black person will sit there and have an issue with Joe Rogan saying that? It's a basic conversation. Man, people are blowing these things out of proportion. The issue that I got with Joe Rogan right now, y'all came after him because the dude seemed like he got more viewers than most of y'all mainstream media folks, right? Y'all came after him for his freedom of speech. Y'all came after him for spreading medical misinformation. He said take a heart dewormer. But if y'all can't get him on that and y'all see that people are still following him, that people are still saying, man, Joe Rogan is my guy. Oh, we got it. Racism. Let's pull up some clips of him doing the racist thing. Oh, but y'all don't have nothing to say about the president. Well, whatever you want to call a prime minister, whoever he is, who's hiding from his people right now up in Canada right now, Trudeau. Y'all don't got nothing to say about him wearing blackface and then put a banana in his pants, right? Y'all don't have nothing to say about that, right? But because Joe Rogan got multiple clips, which y'all can watch him, you can tell the dude is not on there just saying nigga just to be saying it. He's using it as in context. By the way, if y'all want to do that, why don't we go after the current president right now, huh?
Legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Oh, y'all forgot?
Legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
So let's go after Joe Biden, y'all. Come on, let's go after Joe Biden. Do the same exact thing you want to do to Joe Rogan. Do the same exact thing to Joe Biden right now. Matter of fact, he just got done saying like a phrase a few months ago by saying the great Negro, whatever like that, huh? So if you want to play these games like that, do it on both spectrums. Cancel culture, whoever y'all may be, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whoever it is, do the same exact thing. This is what I don't understand. Why don't y'all go out there and ask a whole lot of black people, huh? Do what real journalism is. Go out there, show the whole context of why Joe Rogan said the N-word, show it to black people and see how real black people respond. You got too many people out there, these news outlets and all these folks that's throwing out all this crazy virtue signaling. You guys are actually out there making it seem like y'all are speaking on behalf of all black folks. I don't care who you are. Black people, if you grew up, I don't care if you didn't grow up in the hood like I did or anything like that. You listen to certain type of music, the N-word is all through it. Huh? People like Lil Wayne said his biggest audience and supporters are white people. Lil Wayne saying nigga all through his songs. Y'all listen to it. Y'all say, come on, folks. White people, don't act like y'all are not at home. You love Lil Wayne. Some of y'all love Snoop Dogg. Any person out there that's white, if you love Snoop, his music, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, I don't care, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nas, Daz and Corrupt, Master P, any of them. If you are white and you love that music from way back then and you have their CDs, you got their shirts, you got posters, you were saying the N-word in the music. I don't care who you are. You weren't going, I wish your mother would, someone said, I'm not going to say that. And come on, man. You at home saying it. Stop letting this crazy rhetoric and narrative that's being pushed so hard out there make you think that you saying the word when it comes to certain context, when it comes to you saying it in the song, that all of a sudden you should and you ought to feel bad about saying it because you have no right saying that. Bullcrap. If it's not to be said and it's such a hateful, demeaning, disgraceful word, nobody should be saying it then. But please, you think they're gonna stop black folks from saying it in songs? No, they're not gonna stop saying that. So no, I'm just saying it's hypocritical. You go out to Joe Rogan for saying it, and it was taken out of context, right? Because he was quoting somebody. Joe Biden just did the exact same thing.
Legislators in defeating the Nunez plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Years ago, just like Joe Rogan did years ago. So should we go after President Joe Biden right now? I don't think so. Why? Because it doesn't fit the narrative, does it? Huh? Y'all hate it. See what I'm saying? Do it across the board. Cancel culture. You want to cancel people for things that they're saying, you got to go after everybody just the same exact way. Like y'all are not going after Whoopi Goldberg like y'all did Roseanne Barr and like y'all did Kelly Osbourne. Y'all not going after them, huh? You're not going after Whoopi Goldberg like that. You're not going to go after Joe Biden like that, are you? Huh? Did Kamala Harris not call Joe Biden out for pretty much being racist when she was kind of going against something he did about being bussing and all that? But now she working for him. I told y'all. Folks, y'all remember this guy right here? Y'all remember this guy right here? You know, the one that black people were standing up for him. The dude that got John Wicked in the head by Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember what he said? Y'all don't remember? Oh, here we go.
Shoot me, nigga. Shoot me, nigga.
Yeah. Black people were standing around when he said that. So were white people. Did anybody check him for saying that? No. Huh?
Shoot me, nigga. Shoot me, nigga.
The whole world, huh? Y'all can see this whole video. Is anybody gonna now say, well, now, he's not right for saying that? No. Come on now. Stop playing these games. You only want to use it when it fits your narrative, when it fits for you want to try to destroy somebody, want to destroy their career. That's the only reason why it fit, because there were black people that were still holding this dude in the Kyle Rittenhouse case up, the one who said, shoot me, nigga. Shoot me, nigga. Yeah, they were holding him up to he's a hero. Oh, look what he died. He's a victim. The dude sat there and used the N-word in front of black and white people live openly. Nobody had nothing to say. Stop being fake about this nonsense, man. Black people, y'all know, a lot of people know. We only get upset if you use the N-word, if you use that word with the intentions for what it was used back during the slavery time, to try to inflict some type of psychological or emotional pain on a black person, then yes, I get it. I understand that. But for a lot of us that grew up in the hood, or even if you didn't grow up in the hood, you used to listen to certain kind of music. You know good and well, if you love this music by these certain artists who drop nigga left and right all day long, you know that you're saying it. So stop fronting over the stuff, man. This is nothing more than them to try to find another way to get Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, if you see this, invite me to your podcast. Bring me on your podcast. Somebody that can actually just speak freely and be real about this stuff and tell people to quit putting this nonsense in folks' head, white people heads and all these other folks' heads to try to make it seem like you did something wrong. You did absolutely nothing wrong, and there is nothing in my particular case to apologize about. If you spoke what you spoke and was using it in context of something and you were quoting something, I get it. I have never once seen Joe Rogan using the N-word or heard about him using the N-word with the intentions for what it was used back for during the slave days at all. Again, if you're going to go after him, you need to go after the current president right now. Well, no, that's different because, oh, shut up. It's not different. Joe Biden was quoting another person and he said the word himself, right? Huh? Anyway, this is easy, cut and dry, folks. This is just to try to destroy somebody. It's all it is. You can just see that as clear as day. That's my point on that. Let me know what y'all think about leaving the comments below after this video. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into the subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right? Peace.